Alright everybody, what's going on? It is your boy C4, and as requested, I said in my last video where I kind of showed the rookie ratings that if it got 50 likes, I would do individual roster breakdowns of what I think the Madden 16 roster is going to look like. You guys killed it. I think we're at 75 and counting, so I was like, fuck, I got to get on this shit today. Busted my ass on these rosters, trying to make them as accurate as possible. And, just in case Madden 16 sucks, which is, when's Madden 16? Fucking end of August now. Madden 16 sucks. Hopefully my roster is going to be playable. If you want to stay on 15, that's the end goal. As well as, it's not me saying this is what they should be. All these players are going to be dead on. I want you guys' feedback to say maybe these guys should be altered a little bit. Try to make the best community roster possible. So without further ado, starting with the Chicago Bears. If this video hits, we'll say 30. Might go up to 50, but we'll stay with 30 likes. If this video gets 30 likes today, I'll upload a video in a day or two. And if it gets 50 likes, I will upload a video immediately. So how about that? 30 likes for a video soon, 50 likes for a video immediately. That's what we're doing. Starting with the Bears. Looking at the top 5 players overall, we have Matt Forte with a 94, Alshon Jeffery 92, Martellus Bennett 89, Kyle Long 88, and Tim Jennings with an 85. Now looking at the individual breakdown, new head coach John Fox is there. We're going to start off with Jay Cutler, gave him an 83 overall. Obviously turned the ball over way too much last season. 28 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, just under 4,000 passing yards. I believe he led the league in interceptions. So, 83 is pretty much fair for a guy that was close to 30 touchdowns. He played like fucking Rex Grossman. Let's put it that way. Hopefully he definitely needs a better year this year because there were rumors that he was trying to get on the trade block for them to do it Marcus Mariota. So he definitely needs to show up here to justify that massive contract. Now looking at Matt Forte, 94 overall for Matt Forte. One of my favorite running backs in the league. Was just shy of 2,000 total offensive yards last year. Had 1,000 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 102 receptions, 800 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This guy here is maybe as good of a running back as anyone in the league, even though he seems to always find himself on the outside of the conversations with the top running backs that are purely runners, like DeMarco Murray, Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson. But Matt Forte is as good as it comes, people, and 94 is very, very just. Yeah, all I can tell you is fucking, I think he has 92 catching on top of almost all high 80s, low 90s rushing stats. We got Bear Pasco, converted tight end. We'll give him a 75 overall. Solid player with that massive frame. Look at wide receiver. We'll start it down here at the third one. Their first 7th round, I think they took him 7th overall. This is Kevin White out of West Virginia. Not as complete a player as Amari Cooper, so that's why he gave him a 77, because he's still a work in progress, but he has all the height, weight, speed attributes you look for at wide receiver. I think he's going to be, he definitely is the replacement for Brandon Marshall in this offense. Different type of player, but still 6'3", 210. Very, very, whole lot of upside for him. Then we give Eddie Royal coming over from the San Diego Chargers in 81. Going to be working in the slot this year. It seemed almost every other week Eddie Royal for the Chargers was getting 2 touchdown games. So he's definitely going to try to replace the, Earl Bennett type role, I guess. I don't know who played slot for them last year. But then we got Alshon Jeffery getting a 92 overall. Got to be their new go-to guy that Brandon Marshall's gone. Last year, 85 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns. I think his emergence in the last 2 seasons has made Brandon Marshall a bit expendable. As you can see, why they basically traded him for nothing to just a 5th-round pick. Who they get for him? I remember I saw Adrian Amos, I believe, is who they got in return. But Alshon Jeffery is a beast, and I would say just outside the upper echelon of the elite wide receivers, but really, really close to getting there. Then at tight end, we gave Martellus Bennett an 89 overall. One of the best receiving tight ends last year. 90 receptions, 900 yards, and 6 total touchdowns. So I believe 89 is, I think he might be in the top 5. I believe I have him just like number 4, number 5 in the top 5 tight ends in these Madden rosters. So definitely, he's definitely a big weapon for Jay Cutler. Now look at the offensive line. Chicago Bears offensive line is, I would say slightly above average. Obviously, they struggle in pass blocking. Jay Cutler is constantly under pressure. But as you can see by the success of Matt Forte, they excel in run blocking. So I had to, adjust accordingly. So we gave German Bushrod 83. We gave Matt Slauson 84. We gave center Montgomery an 81. Was he even on the roster last year? I know he used to play for, I don't know, it was either the Redskins or the Broncos. I think it was the Redskins. But 81, I remember he's always really solid center. Kyle Long, 88, one of my favorite guards, if you can have a favorite guard. Absolute beast in the run game. Very, very aggressive. Likable guy as well. And then Jordan Mills, obviously the young right tackle. We gave him a 73. Not a big body of work for him to go on. Now looking on the defensive side of the ball, I believe with John Fox now, they're going to go for the 3-4. As you can see by guys like Ray McDonald, 3-4 outside defensive end. Even though he kicks the shit out of his pregnant girlfriend, is very, very solid in a 3-4. So we gave him a 79. coming over for the 49ers. Then we got Lamaar Houston, who was a big free agency signing, I believe, a year ago. Did he celebrate and like tore his ACL or something stupid like that? Anyway, 83 overall, very, very solid. I think he's like selling a 3-4. Then you got Jeremiah Ratliff, who had 6.5 sacks last year. That's going to be a solid rotation there. I don't really know who's going to play nose tackle or how you're going to get both these guys on the field anyway. Maybe Ray McDonald's probably a depth guy, because I think I would go with Houston and Ratliff on the opposing defensive end sides. And then for the nose tackle position, you get 3 really talented young nose tackles here. Eddie Goldman, who they drafted in the second round this year. Ego Ferguson from LSU, and Will Sutton, who was really highly rated last year out of Arizona State. So that's a good solid rotation there to really let them battle it out in camp and see who the best player is. That's solid depth there if I ever see one. Solid depth and solid youth. Now looking at left outside linebacker, Willie Young had 10 sacks last year, one of the better pass rushing specialists. I think now that they're going to a 3-4, he's definitely an outside linebacker as opposed to an end. 83 overall for a guy that got 10 sacks last year. I think that's very just. Then they got Pernell McPhee coming over for the Baltimore Ravens, very underrated free agency signing. So we gave him an 82, good solid tackler there. Then the middle linebacker, obviously this is still an area of concern. Haven't had that next big middle linebacker since Brian Urlacher left. So Mason Foster and John Bostic gave them a respectable 75 as they, I hope John Bostic gets it because he's from University of Florida, my favorite college team. But they're going to battle out for the starting gig. Then we got right outside linebacker Jared Allen, defensive end, but now you're going to a 3-4, so he's going to get to try his hand at outside linebacker. Last year, I believe, how many sacks did he have? 6 sacks last year, obviously a little bit down. I think he had like pneumonia or something, so he had some injuries. But, Jared Allen, as always, one of the best pass rushers in the game, solid veteran presence. Now looking at corner, we gave Tim Jennings an 85. His stats are down. I don't even think he had an interception last year, but he still is a solid shutdown corner. Seems almost like a year or two ago. He's always getting between 5 and 7 interceptions a year. But now Peanut Tillman isn't there, so he's going to really need to step it up this year. But luckily they got Kyle Fuller, who I gave one of the highest rookie ratings, or sophomore ratings, I guess now, with an 80 overall. Kyle Fuller, 4 interceptions last year, 3 forced fumbles. Incredible. It could be even a little bit higher. I was just trying not to oversell all these top players. But, I guess if you had to make a show for a rating to be higher, Kyle Fuller would just it. I think he was a beast. He slowed down near the end of the season. But, you couldn't have got a better rookie year out of the guy. Looking at free safety, obviously safety is still an area of concern for the Chicago Bears. We gave Brock Vereen a 75. He wasn't anything special last year. Still, this could be an area of concern. But they did bring in veteran from the Giants, Antrell Roll, to try to, you need some leadership back there now that Peanut Tillman's gone. So he can bring that. He's still a solid safety. And they got Ryan Mundy, who was one of their top tacklers last year. Still here. I think he had 4 receptions. Ryan Mundy had actually pretty solid season. But then again, everyone kept getting torched, so I was torched in that secondary, so I wasn't going to give them super high ratings. Robbie Gould, 81, starting to slow down a little bit. And then they have Pat O'Donnell, who's like a fucking combine warrior. We gave him an 81. I believe he had like a fucking 4.6 40 and like 30 on the bench press, something crazy like that. But there you go, guys. There is the individual stats and projected stats for Madden 16 for the Chicago Bears. So like I said, 30 likes. And I'll have a video up probably in the next 48 hours, 3-4 days, I would say, at the max. 50 likes, I will upload a video immediately. So as soon as these videos hit 50 likes, I'll upload a new video immediately. So as always, guys, subscribe to Beast Mode TV. We're trying to grow subscribers right now. I'm not making any money on YouTube, not making any YouTube money, some complications. So we're just trying to grow a subscriber base. So make sure you subscribe. And until next time, guys, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.